With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello students, the question says that an enzyme is kept at -10 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes and is used in a chemical reaction P. It is then gradually brought to room temperature and it is now used in a chemical reaction Q. Another enzyme is kept at 80 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes and is used in chemical reaction R. It is then gradually brought to room temperature and it is now used in a chemical reaction S. Which of these reactions will be catalyzed by enzyme and which will not? So in this question we are talking about two enzymes. First is kept at -10 and second is kept at 80 degrees Celsius. Right? And then they are used in different reactions P, Q, R and S. Now we need to tell that in which of these reactions the product will be formed, and accordingly we need to choose the correct option from these given options, right? So let's see what condition is given in the question. We have two enzymes. Let's say first is the enzyme A and second is the enzyme B, right? Now what is done is the enzyme A is kept at -10 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes, right? And then it is used in a chemical reaction which is called the P. After keeping at 10 degrees Celsius, it is used in a chemical reaction called P, right? And after that, the question says that gradually it is then brought to room temperature and now used in chemical reaction Q. So after P, the same enzyme is used in the reaction Q, but here it has been brought to the room temperature, right? Now the second enzyme is, another enzyme is kept at 80 degrees Celsius. That means this enzyme B is kept at 80 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes, right? And then after that it is used in chemical reaction R, and then it is gradually brought to room temperature, and after that it is used in chemical reaction S. So immediately it is used in the reaction R, then after bringing back to the room temperature it is used in the chemical reaction S. So we need to tell in which of these four reactions the product will be produced. Now if we see the graph of rate of reaction based on the enzyme activity and the temperature, we see that the maximum activity is at the optimal temperature, which is either the room temperature or the body temperature, right? At body temperature or at the room temperature, the enzyme shows maximum catalyst activity, right? And as the temperature rises further, the activity of the enzyme decreases or it becomes negligible. Why? Because we know that enzymes are basically proteins. Enzymes are basically proteins, and at high temperature the structure of the protein, it gets denatured. That means they are destroyed at high temperature. So the activity of the enzyme is almost zero at high temperature because their structure is destroyed. And if we talk about low temperatures or negative temperatures, then they show some activity, but that is almost negligible. At high temperature they become completely destroyed, but at low temperatures their activity is negligible. The activity of enzyme is negligible, right? So considering these situations again, when the first enzyme is kept at -10 degree for 3 minutes and then used in reaction P, here no product will be formed because at such a low temperature it will show no activity. But then it was gradually brought back to the room temperature and used in the Q reaction. So here the product will be formed because the enzyme at low temperature did not lose its structure, it was just inactive. So when it was brought back to the room temperature and used in the reaction Q, the product will be formed. Now talking about the second enzyme B, it was kept at 80 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. That means this is a very high temperature, and here the enzyme structure would be destroyed, right? And immediately after this, it was used in chemical reaction R. Because it has been destroyed, here the product will not be formed. And after that, the question says that it was brought back at room temperature and used in the reaction S. But here also no product will be formed, because once the structure has been destroyed here of the enzyme, it cannot be reformed. The structure of the enzyme, once destroyed at high temperature, it cannot be reformed even if it is kept at room temperature. So in the chemical reaction S also, there will be no product formed. Only the product will be formed in the Q reaction. All other three reactions, P, R and S, no product will be formed. So according to this, we need to choose the correct option from these options. And the correct option would be option number 4, which says that reactions in which products are formed is only Q, as we have discussed here, and reactions in which product is not formed are P, R and S. So this will be our right answer.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.